Hello, we're Dan and Andrea, and about 2 years ago now, we bought this land to build our dream home. We wanted to have an off-grid home, and we found this beautiful place in mid-Wales and have started to make this place our home. We started off by learning how to do electrics and getting solar set up and building sheds. Built more sheds so that we could house our water supply. And now today we're installing our sewage treatment plant so that we can be fully self-sustaining. Our last place was a 1930s bungalow, and it was very inefficient. You just constantly be paying to heat the place.
We'd spent 15 years making this previous house how we wanted it. And yeah, having completed that journey and knowing now that pretty much exactly what the next 15 years are going to look like, that wasn't particularly, I guess, exciting or, we weren't that enthused by it.
This is totally geeky. Got this point of view. It also kind of felt like, when you play a video game and you've done the main story, and then when it's finished, you don't care about the side quests anymore. You're sort of done with the game, and it kind of felt like that for me. So we were ready to move on, I think.
What drives us is creating things from nothing. I think sustaining and growing and more kind of it affords diminishing returns in terms of fulfillment. So having such an ambitious project with such a ground zero starting point became more and more appealing. We saw the property when we were thinking, is a barn project something we're able to do, we want to do, and we decided, let's go for it. The only way to find out is to dive in and do it.
So when we started this journey, really, we'd already been watching quite a few YouTube videos, and they were really helpful in showing us how to do things. And I'd say we're not quite at the stage that we want to take the responsibility of showing people how to do things step by step, but just being able to share our journey with others in that same way, I just thought that was really interesting. Definitely laugh at ourselves from a year ago on what we thought we knew and what we thought we could do so easily. When we're thinking about naming it, we wanted it to reflect us. And so when we chose a better way, it was because we're very interested in finding the better way to do something. We always like to look into what are all the ways you can do it and what works best for our situation. So just trying to find a better way to even just to live, really. And it's not always easy, but it's exciting and it's new and we like the challenge. We don't seem to choose the easy way to do things. So it's also not called the easy way. I think one of the most challenging things that we've had to deal with so far is the fact that we do still work full-time. And we work from the van, and it works well, but it means that anything that we want to get out and do has to be done in the mornings, at lunchtime, or after work. And especially in the winter, and it's rainy, because we're in Wales, you don't get a lot of time, which means you don't make a lot of progress.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is the cold, the wet. The winters are challenging. We knew they would be, but I think I was a little bit naive thinking like, oh, well, even if it's raining, I'll get out there and I'll get on with it. But
yeah.
The reality is when it's raining, you can't use power tools. You literally can't handle some materials, and so you literally can't work in the rain. And then when the days are extremely short as well, especially when you don't have power and you don't have lights. So it does feel like a lot of time flies by. Obviously, when you watch these projects online, you get the condensed edits, but the realities are that, there is a lot of time where you can't be productive. And I think that does tie into why we made the decision to bring in a team as well. We wanted to make the most of the dry season, and we had to accept, which was challenging for us. We had to accept we can't do it all, and if we could find the right people, then we would get some support for some parts of it.
And then once the roof is on, we're gonna then try to get back over, and so we're gonna be looking at doing the drainage and the electrics and the heating system and everything. But at least then we'll have a dry inside space to have the storage for the materials, and we can get out there and work for half an hour.
Being off-grid does pose a whole load of challenges, but it's a very satisfying journey to go on. So the essential services we needed to sort out, we needed to get power, as we work still off-grid. So we needed power. We've taken a solar approach to that. So we've got a solar setup and batteries. That unlocked the next step, which was we needed water. So that the power has enabled us to get a borehole drilled and power a pump to be able to retrieve and filter the water that we need for that. And then the next step is the waste side of it. For the first period of time, we were still living in our van and going to have to transfer to campsites to go in, charge up, fill up the water, empty the waste. So gradually we've been working through those, and today we're down to that final step, which is the wastewater, which is where it's a really exciting day to be able to get our GRAF sewage treatment plant installed, and we can alleviate that final trip to the campsite and be completely self-sustaining off-grid. So we knew we needed to get a waste treatment plant solution, and I started doing some research, and very quickly I came across the GRAF content, which was super useful because they weren't just selling, they were explaining the process, explaining what it does, how it works, which is exactly what we needed. So yeah, it immediately became one of the options that we would consider.
Some of the things that were high on our list of requirements was the energy efficiency. And so with their One2Clean being so low on energy use, I think the compressor turns on for like half the amount of time as other ones. And when I say that we're watching every watt, we really are watching every watt that we get used in the house. So that made a huge difference to us. Also, we are having to send the wastewater down into the watercourse. And so it absolutely had to be clean. There was no other option. It has to be clean enough to put into the watercourse. We want to put this in once and then leave it. It's not something that you want to have to worry about breaking or fixing and replacing. It was get it in and just trust that it's going to do what it needs to do.
We love that it's the system is highly performant, but it's also simple. There's no mechanical moving parts that can break or need replacing. So that was really appealing. And it's also made from 100% recycled materials, which is an important consideration for us. So yeah, it just definitely seemed like the best choice for our situation.
People who were lowering it in for us also commented that they were really grateful that it has those eyelets on them, because typically they have to sort of route the straps just around the system, which is going to be prone to damaging it and just like not lowering it in correctly. So that was a big help. To just a little attention to detail, I think, made a big difference in the install itself. So once we discovered the One2Clean system and got in touch with GRAF, ever since then, it's been really easy to get a hold of them, which is something that's important to us, because if we're going to invest in something to our home, we want to know that if there's going to be problems or if we have questions, that there's someone we can go to. I won't name any competitors, but we spoke to other people. We weren't getting the same sort of response or help or genuine interest in making sure we got the right thing for us. And it wasn't just a product that could go in the ground, it was the right one for us. So it's been really easy to contact GRAF, to have someone to actually speak to, a human, to say, here's my situation, this is what I need, this is why I need it, and then them actually respond and care. And that's been just really, really important to us to know we have that point of contact to be able to get in touch if we feel a bit lost.
So having the waste treatment plant installed certainly feels like a milestone moment. It's the last thing that we've needed to leave the site to go to a campsite to make use of facilities there. So that's a really pivotal moment for us, and it's also now really reassuring that this is set up for not only what we need now, but for the development of the rest of our house. This is now it and sorted, so we can just get the rest of the house built, knowing that we've got the proper facilities in place.
I'd say for advice, definitely researching as much as possible. You want to look at all the options available and then try to understand them, and then which one's going to work for you in your situation. It's not really a case of one size fits all. one solution is going to work well for someone else, and then a different solution is going to work for someone else. Like, you can't make every single building necessarily airtight in the way that we're doing it because of the construction methods and things. I think just researching and spending the time to really understand what you're doing and why has been really important.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think when you're doing the research, lots of people have shared their journeys, and there's more and more content available on social media, on YouTube. Consume as much as you can, but there comes a point where you're never going to have all of the answers, but just giving it a go is the most important and most valuable thing. When it comes to waste treatment plants, I would highly recommend getting in touch with your chosen manufacturer. Give GRAF a call early. It helps a great deal if you've got an idea from the very beginning where it's going to go, how you're going to get the power to it, what your flow of inflow and outflow of water is going to be like. So give all of those things a thought. But yeah, most importantly, get the experts on board, get their advice, get their input, and yeah, it should be from there it gets easy. It's really weird to think about it being finished because this has been such a big part of our life for so long now. And I'm not sure we'll ever actually be finished. I mean, we've still got all of this land and so many ideas and plans for all of it. But yeah, in terms of sort of moving in and having a actual home that isn't on wheels is going to be a pretty epic change. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think we'll have learned so much. I'll be very excited and proud to invite people over, show them what we've done. I know I'll certainly have a sense of relief knowing that I understand every single layer within that building. Whereas historically, you buy a house, you move in, you've got no idea what's behind those walls. We'll know every single detail, which I'm really looking forward to. I have a slight anxiety over the idea that when this is done, what's going to be the next thing. So to some extent, there's a comfort in it being such a big project, but I'm sure we'll move on to something new and exciting as well, whilst enjoying the home that we've made.